12K couch is crazy. Watch it sell out. My man say quick flex. Hey man, the Pokemon flex is different. The Pokemon flex is different, bro. It's different than shoes. I'm telling y'all. The the main reason why I would pick Pokemon over shoes is because this this will never deteriorate. This will never break. Well, it can break like if somebody broke it, but you know what I'm saying? Like this can last forever. Like if we was to sit both of these on the same desk and I was to leave this house for 50 years and come back, these would be no good. This would still be good. All right. My son just got in a Pokemon. Would love a channel. I might work on it. I might work on it, man. That's just another thing that I gotta add on a list of things to do. Did anybody cop? Anybody cop? John Brown. You don't even know what John Brown. Why I got your attention and why my slabs is out. Why I got your attention? Why my slabs is out. All right. A quick little you dig, man. I'm just gonna grab one box. I'm gonna just grab one little box right here. Let me see. Did I grab the right one? Let me see what I got up in here, man. John Brown, we gonna talk, bro. We gonna talk, bro, cause the bangers that I got in here is ridiculous. Pokemon is alright. Stock in crypto is way more lucrative. False.
What are you fucking nuts?
Welcome, peace, power, and profit. This is the Wall Street Logic Podcast, and I'm your host, Chris Woods. So today we're gonna talk about some investments. I don't know what I would call Pokemon investing. But it is an investment for sure. So I was on my brother Unbreakable Kicks YouTube live. You know, we was talking about shoes. You know, he's a big sneaker YouTuber or whatnot. And we were coming towards the end, and he started talking about like his Pokemon investments or whatnot. And so I made a comment in the live chat, and I said that stocks and crypto are way more lucrative than Pokemon products or Pokemon. And my brother Unbreakable Kick said, false. Okay, so let's address that, right? So I've done a little research. I've done enough to come up with a synopsis that a lot of these guys, they like to take the Pokemon booster boxes and compare that investment or those products that they invest in, and they try to compare it to the S&P 500. So, and, you know, their culmination is that, you know, it outperforms. Those products outperform the S&P 500 with the return on investment. So here's the mistake, right? So let's first understand that the S&P 500 is an index. So there's 500 plus companies from totally different sectors. So you have retail, you have consumer staples, defensive, tech, manufacturing, industrial, energy, so forth and so on. So when you see that the S&P 500 performs like a 10% average or more a year, know that all 500 plus stocks don't always perform well against each other. Because like I said, there's different sectors in that index. They're not all from the same sector. So you have different sectors, and some sectors may be performing better than others, which could throw a return on investment gain off. This is why that is not a good comparison to use. You should be comparing it's really not even a comparison, to be honest. Because first of all, if you were to do a comparison, you would do it with a single stock, like Apple, like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, so forth and so on. You would kind of do that. But here is the problem. You're comparing a product versus a multi-trillion, multi-billion dollar company with their own products and services. And when it comes to an investment, those companies like Apple, Apple and Microsoft actually have dividends, even though they're considered tech stocks or growth stocks, which growth stocks invest all of their money into growing the business or growing their company. So they don't normally pay investors dividends. So Amazon doesn't pay dividends, right? So they just continue to grow. They're taking their profits, their revenue and whatnot to grow and expand. Even still, without a dividend, the Pokemon, the Pokemon booster set or whatnot will never outperform Amazon unless there was an economic downturn. And even then, that would work against the Pokemon product itself. Because if you're in an economic downturn, 9 times out of 10, a lot of employees or a lot of people are getting laid off from work. So they're not going to be buying Pokemon products unless they have money, unless they're rich. They're going to be buying essentials like goods and services. So a company like Mondelez or Pepsi or Coca-Cola will still perform well because those are companies that are in the consumer staples or defensive sector where you have to buy food, clothing, and shelter to continue to provide yourself, no matter what the economic environment is. So, by me saying this, right, a Pokemon product would never outperform, so to speak, a company. Because you're talking about a single product. Now, this is more like, reselling. Like, I agree with him on that, like a Pokemon card or something like that would have more value than a hype sneaker or whatnot, depending on the sneaker. But when it comes to buying shares of stock in a multi-billion, multi-trillion dollar company, you have no fight in this case because we measuring over time. So if I bought Amazon when it IPO'd in 1997 till now, and they did a stock split. I think they did a few stock splits where they, cut down the price of their stock to bring more investors in, and made it more affordable. Your Pokemon product will never outproduce or outgain a company like that. Amazon is a behemoth. Now, you may find like smaller companies that, don't perform well to outperform, but these are Fortune 500 companies we're talking about. And I want to tell you this, my brother, Unbreakable Kicks, you need to sharpen up on your finance education. And I can do that because I'm a financial advisor. I'm licensed. I'm going through the licensing process to acquire more certifications and skills with this. And I can tell you for sure, I hope you're not making Pokemon your retirement plan. That's not a good move. Pokemon is like a commodity. The same with sneakers, crypto to a lesser degree, because a lot of the coins just aren't really that good. You know, you have your main players, but no, Pokemon will never be more lucrative than a stock, brother. And I can guarantee you that. So the first thing you need to do, you can get with me or find a investment firm in your area and talk to an actual financial advisor, and they will educate you on these things. Because the stock market is the whole economy that's being ran by. So you have products, goods, and services. The Pokemon product would never. No, let's stop that, brother. So I just wanted to address that. And like I said, that's not a good comparison to compare a Pokemon booster box or whatever it is against the S&P 500. Whether it was the NASDAQ or the Dow Industrial Average. Just not a good comparison because all companies don't perform well at the same time. 10 companies could be good and another 10 could be bad. Throwing off the balance. Because they're all weighted in these indexes. So when these guys are doing, videos and they're doing their research, they don't have enough education and knowledge to know this, which is why I'm dispelling this right now. And also what you have to think about, if I'm buying 100 shares of S&P 500, you also have to account for the dividends and like I said, the capital appreciation. Because the stock market, it goes up over time. You got your ebbs and flows. So, and it's been like this for decades. So, your one little product will not outperform that. Even, if we did like 100 years basis, it's not going to outperform. It's not even going to outperform the S&P 500. You can do that in a year. It depends on this is my whole point. This is why it's null and void. You're comparing a product to an index that gauges the whole stock market. But how it's being judged, just because it only does 13% 1 year, you have to really think about that. That's 500 plus companies. Some of them not performing well and others outperforming them to, get that percentage. So, let's be educated. Let's not make uneducated statements like that. If you talking about making quick money, well, I can do the same thing with options trading. I can buy a contract, which is 100 shares of Tesla, and still outperform anything that you do with Pokemon or a Pokemon product. There's no win in this, brother. I'm not saying that Pokemon is not a good investment. That's not my argument. It's just not a better investment than anything dealing with the stock market. Because a lot of people like to say, "Oh man, the stock market went down," and this and that. Well, you only lose when you sell. So if you really invest in a company, you're not investing in it to invest in it for one day. It's really long term, right? You got, 1 day strategies, which is day trading or options trading, where you can employ those strategies and make money. But even still, selling a Pokemon booster box or any Pokemon product will never just outperform anything dealing with stocks. You can make a good ROI on a Pokemon sale. I'm not saying that. But I can buy 5 contracts option contracts and make a person's net worth make their annual income. I've seen it happen. Hell, I've made $20,000 in a day. I'm just like, bro, this is way above your head. Come to me to get educated, and I will educate you on this. I will show you real traders that do this. Imagine professional traders that work on Wall Street, like at JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, so forth and so on. Like, this is insane, bro. You just have to be educated. This is not a shot or anything. I'm just trying to educate my brother. And with that being said, please, good brother, if you want to learn, please come to me. I got a whole Instagram page dedicated for that. But other than that, Pokemon is a good investment. You can make some money. Same with shoes. Now, if you doing Pokemon versus shoes, you have an argument. You would probably win that argument. But not with actual, billion, $1 trillion companies. No, sir. Never. With that being said, y'all, that's it for me. Peace, power, and profit.